Good morning or good afternoon to everyone. I am Eric Johnson Andrina and I will present or raise an awareness about the ongoing water scarcity throughout the global. Um, I'm I'm in the Philippines representative of United Nations and I would like to raise an awareness about the water scarcity that is going through all the global. So we can say that water is a limited and irreplaceable resource essential to the well-being of the people. It can only be renewed if it is managed properly, of course. And I said this in an internet that is over 1.7 people today lived in river basins where pollution by use of exceeds natural regeneration, a phenomenon that will see the two-thirds of the world's population living in the water-stressed countries by 2025. And we can say that water can pose a really serious obstacle to the sustainable development. But in the face of the rapid and unexpected development, water can play a key enabling role in the stability of the political, economic, and environmental systems. And we can say that water is the largest natural resources, but only 3% of it is accessible to people. The ever increasing in global freshwater consumption has caused the depletion of more than a half of the world's aquifers. And for the people, it will be really not enough for all. And failure to change the unsustainable use of water resources will surely impact the future and throughout the greater struggles to achieve the goals in a lot of different fields. So in economics, class is about like the middle class, the higher class, or what you call the social classes, and categorizing people based on their economic status in the society. The higher class of a person, the more the power, the status, and influence they have, like the power to gather more resources of the water, which can take the power for them or like take the resources much more, unresponsibly. And most this percentage in society in terms of population, the middle class includes people who work in professional jobs, such as doctors and lawyers. They're the people who own their own homes. The lower class refers to the people who are working to survive. That they're most likely to not have the savings and will surely have to save the water supplies and have like the most low income jobs and unstable jobs. Um, a stable water supply is essentially a requirement in people's daily lives, of course, but not just stable water supply, but both water quality and quantity. We need that aquifer, we need that quality and safe water for all the human being, and taking excessively from limited resources can lead to scarcity. Elsewhere, there's also a hierarchy of water requirements, whereas the usage of water, more quantity, the lesser the quality of the water to be used. Um, the quality of the water supply is directed by the time needed to access the water supply, indicating that there are different service levels when it comes to water supply connecting to the needs met by the households of the higher classes, the lower classes. And we can say that the residential and the household water use exceeds up to the 400 liters per capita, and half of the liters used for the recreational use of the waters. And we can say that the water usage of the people in the higher class is much more needed to be maintained and monitored. And in an India, it is apparent that the higher socioeconomic class consumes more liters of water than the socioeconomic classes beneath them. And even though the highest socioeconomic class has the lowest population, the difference in the household and per capita usage of water is not really that apparent, but is not really the evident. But the difference in the household and per capita of the usage of water is, oh my god, nag-repeat. Pero okay, cut that out. even the water usage of the great population of the lower socioeconomic class is matched with the low population of the higher socioeconomic classes. But due to the easy access of the water supply of the higher socioeconomic classes, there's really that gap and like a zigzag line that is taking over the supply of the water supply, you know. And the factor of the ease of water access, the quality of water and the health and sanitation and they are directly related to each other. In utopia, poor people that don't have easy of access of water use less water resources, and due to the less water quantity that the people withdrawn, some of the basic needs are sacrificed for the other basic needs most of the time, and the utopians sacrifice their own hygiene. And we can say that all the factors of the annual water footprint statistics that I've cited in the post of the WQP, or the water quality products that are attributed by the Waterless Co. Incorporated, according to the post that I've read, which are these are the 10 countries that use of the most water and should be much more should have the most caring and like saving the water's resources. So these are the 10 countries that uses the most water. In number 10, that there is Australia with 12 trillion gallons. In number 9, in number 9 is Canada with 19 trillion gallons, and in France with 20 trillion gallons, in England with 20 trillion gallons, and in number 6, India with 30 trillion gallons, Mexico with 50 trillion gallons, in Russia with 71 trillion gallons, and number 3 is Brazil with 95 trillion gallons, and United States with 216 gallons. And in the number 1 is China with 362 trillion gallons. And we can assume, and we have to say that these countries are taking more of the resources, or like the water resources in the world's needs, that is really essential for all the human beings, that they should be more monitored in global statistics, that we should be more we can say we should be what do you call this, we should be more we should be more caring about, and we should be monitoring more of how we should be taking our water more responsibly, and we should be taking the water resources as a kind resources that all the other peoples use as well. So that is all. This is Eric Johnson and Drina, a representative of the Philippines in the United Nations. Thank you, guys.